Hello students, welcome to today's class. In our today's class, we are going to discuss a new chapter, that is probability. And you may know what does the word probability mean. So let us see some few examples where the word probability will be used. So in our daily life, we'll come across so many statements. Let us see, the first statement will be, it will rain, it will probably rain today. So this is a first example. It will probably rain today. So here we used a word probably. Next example, I doubt that he will pass the test. In this you can see there's a word doubt. Let us see one more other example. Most probably Kavita will stand first in exams. First in exams. Here also you can see the word most probably. Let's take one more other example. Chances are high that the prices of diesel will go up. Here also you can see a word chances. Here the words probably, doubt and most probably and chances are most usually words for uncertainty. Uncertainty, that means whether we know or doesn't know the event will happen or not. Then that in that kind of situations we'll use the words probably, doubt, most probably and chances, so it may or may not happen and we are not sure about the event to be happen, then we'll use some kind of probabilities that it may happen or it may not happen. So to represent those words, those situations, we'll use the words probably, doubt, most probably and chances. So the full chapter today we are discussing, that is probability, is completely based on uncertainty, which it is totally based on event that may happen or may not happen. So let us go in detail into the chapter now. Let us see some keywords used in this chapter throughout. That is, first one, trail. The second one, outcome. And third one, event. And these are the main words we'll use throughout the chapter. And first let us understand what these words mean. A trail is an action. A trail is an action which results in one or several outcomes. So let us take an example. Tossing a coin, in that getting a tail is a event. So the happening of action is called as a trail. So it is tossing a coin is a trail here. So to get some outcome, we are using a certain action. Here, if you want to get a tail or head, so first what we need to do is we have to toss a coin. The tossing of coin is called as a trail. And getting of those outcomes, those results, that is like getting a tail or getting an head are called outcomes. So getting a head or getting a tail are outcomes of the trail, that is tossing a coin. So this is the main example for the trail and outcome. Let us see what is an event. An event for an experiment is the collection of some outcomes of the experiment. That is, when we toss a coin one time, we'll get either head or tail. So getting of that head and tail is called as an outcome. But if the tossing of a coin is repeated for 4 or 5 times, each time will get different outcome. The collection of those different outcomes together will called as an event. To find out the total outcome of the trail, will make use of this event. Let us see one example so that you can understand better. In this example, a coin is tossed for n number of times, n times. That is, number of trails equal to n. Number of trails equal to n. Here what we have to observe, tossing of a coin is a trail. So in that trail we are doing the trail n number of times, so many times. So we are taking one variable, that is n. That means the coin is tossed for some number of times. So we have taken number of trails equal to n. So we got an outcome each time. Each time when a coin is tossed. That means we will have n number of outcomes. That means equal number of trails, equal to the number of trails will get the outcomes. For the first time, let us suppose when a coin is tossed, we got an outcome t. So first time we got t, and for the second time we got head, and third time again head, fourth time again head. And here you can see the number of trails are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 trails, and how many outcomes we got here? There are 4 outcomes. So here we can say that the number of outcomes are equal to the number of trails. To understand the concept of probability, we can take an example of tossing a coin. Let us suppose a coin is tossed 10 times. Now each time we'll get an outcome, either tail or head. Let us take for the first time number of trails. So when the first time a coin is tossed, we got a tail, and the second time we got again tail, third time again head, fourth time tail, fifth time head, again sixth time tail, seventh time tail, eighth time head, ninth time head, and 10th time head. Total number of outcomes equal to total number of trails. Total number of trails, that is how many number of trails we have taken? 10 trails. So 10. Number of times tail appeared: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times. Number of times tail appeared. Equal to 5. Similarly, number of times head appeared, equal to 5. Now, what is the probability of getting a tail? Probability of getting a tail equal to, we have a formula, that is number of times tail appeared. Number of times tail appeared by number of trails. This is the formula we'll use for probability. Here 5 by number of times tail appeared is 5, and the number of trails equal to 10. After cancellation we'll get 1 by 2 equal to 0.5. The probability of getting tail is 0.5. Similarly, we have to find out the probability of getting a head, that is number of times head appeared by number of trails, equal to 5 by 10 5 by 10 equal to 1 by 2 equal to 0.5. This is the probability of getting head when a coin is tossed 10 times. Now let us take one more other example with limited number of trails. Let a coin is tossed for 3 times. Number of times tail appeared equal to 3. Number of times head appeared equal to 2. Now how to find out the probability of tail, that is P of t equal to number of times tail appeared, that is 3, equal to 0.6. P of h, that is probability of getting a head, is 2 by 5 equal to 0.4. When you see sum of these two probabilities, that is P of t plus P of h equal to 0.6 plus 0.4 gives 1.0. That indicates that probability of any event lies between 0 and 1, that is P of t greater than 0, less than 1. That indicates 0 less than P of t value we got 0.6, less than 1. Similar way, 0 less than P of h less than 1, that is 0 less than 0.4 less than 1. So what if the probability is 1? Probability is 1 indicates the event is sure event. The probability is 0, then it indicates the event is impossible event. So finally we can write like this: 0 less than or equal to P of E less than or equal to 1. That means P of E indicates probability of any event. Probability of any event is greater than 0 or less than 1 or equal to 0 or equal to 1. So this is the basic point of a probability. Probability of any event lies between 0 and 1. If it is probability is 1, then it is called as a sure event. If the probability is 0, then it is called as an impossible event. We'll understand sure event and impossible event in the next class with some examples. Okay. Now let us see an example how to find out the probability of an event. A coin is tossed 1,000 times with the following frequencies. That is head equal to 455, tail equal to 545. Compute the probability of each event. In this example, here it is given number of times the coin tossed, that is 1,000 times. So we'll take total number of observations equal to total number of trails equal to 1000. In the first case we have taken head equal to 455, that is, now here in out of those 1000 outcomes, 1000 trails, 455 times we got head and 545 times we got tail. So the probability of head equal to number of heads, number of favorable outcomes, that is, here the favorable outcome is getting a head, number of favorable outcomes by total outcomes. And I told you total outcomes are nothing but the number of times the coin is tossed or number of times the trial happened. So here 455 is the number of heads by how many times the coin has been trialed, that is 1000 times. So the probability is 0.45 and 5. This is the probability of getting a head when a coin is tossed 1000 times according to the question. Now the second part of the question is getting a tail. Here number of times tail appeared, tail equal to 445. What is the probability now? Probability of tail equal to number of tails, number of times tail appear when a coin is tossed. Total number of trails. As we know, number of tails equal to 545 and the number of times the coin has been trailed is 1000. So we'll get 545 by 1000 equal to 0.545. This is the probability of getting a tail. Example makes you clear understanding of the topic. Now try to solve yourself different problems based on tossing a coin. Okay, thank you all.